What's up, everybody? Y'all haven't heard from me since last week because I've been living my life and enjoying life. YouTube don't run my life. If most of y'all would be like that, YouTube probably wouldn't make no money if most of you were like that. But anyway, I've been wanting to cover this situation right here for a while. Monique went on a show, I think that was about 2 weeks ago, and it was explaining why she called her husband daddy. It said something about how he's raising her, and something about he does stuff for her that her daddy doesn't. And this goes on in the black community far too often, but it's not only in the black community, it's in the white communities too. You know, I don't understand, what do women get out of calling their men daddy? See, what's going on is they are unknowingly promoting incest or saying incest is all right. That's my opinion, because I never felt right with calling my man daddy. I always called him boo or baby. Now, he'll joke around and call himself daddy and talking about he my daddy, but I never was okay with calling my man daddy. Maybe that's the difference between a girl who grew up with a daddy and a girl who didn't grow up with a daddy. Because a lot of you women who didn't grow up with a daddy, y'all be going around calling your men daddy. You call your men daddies and you unknowingly promote incest. Because guess what? You're not supposed to do stuff like this with your daddy. If you really calling him daddy, you're not supposed to do nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't even feel right with calling him daddy, and think about what y'all doing together intimately. And I already know now somebody gonna come along, oh well, that's a different type of daddy. No, there is no different type of daddy. That is your man. That man didn't help create you. Your daddy helped create you with your mom. Your daddy shot sperm in your mama's egg, and in doing so, help create you. That's the difference between a daddy and a man. And even if he's not in your life, he's still the reason why you're here. Him and your mom are the reason why you are here, even if he's not in your life. See, I try to look at it like that. I try to look at it like, well, what if my daddy wasn't in my life? What if my daddy abandoned me? Would I feel okay with calling a man I'm sleeping with daddy? Nah, I wouldn't, because I would still see it differently. I would still see it like, no, this man not my daddy. He didn't sleep with my mom to help create me. You know, if it wasn't for my daddy, I wouldn't even be here. This man just, we just met each other. We just found one another. He didn't help create me. So no, I wouldn't be okay with, even if my daddy wasn't in my life. I can't use that as an excuse either and say y'all have daddy issues. Y'all just don't know what y'all doing. You really don't. And men who want their woman to call them daddy is no better. Because if you really look at it like this. Okay, if that man has a daughter and asking a woman who isn't his daughter to call him daddy, that must mean he want to look at her as a daughter and call her daughter. Would you screw your daughter? Would you sleep with your daughter? You have to look at it like that. Maybe I'm just made from a different breed or something. I just wouldn't feel good with calling my man daddy. I don't care if we get married. still ain't on the same level as my daddy. And I think the major difference between a girl who grew up in a household with a daddy and a girl who didn't is we, the ones who grew up with a daddy, don't go out to look for a daddy to be in a relationship with, because we've already gone through that. We've already gone through the daddies, disciplining us and raising us. We putting on short stuff and he telling us, oh, you're not going out the door with that. That's too short. We've already gone through all of that. So when we get grown, we don't go out looking for a man to replace our daddy. No, we go out looking for a man to be with us. Well, a lot of us do. It's some daughters out there that grew up with a daddy who go out and go try to find a man who is like their daddy or similar to their daddy, but that's not me. I don't want a man similar to my dad. I want a man that's, I guess maybe a little bit of the opposite of my dad. But really, it's supposed to be like, you see how your dad treats your mom, and if he treats your mom good, you grow up wanting to find you a man to treat you just like your dad treats your mom. But I guess that's the opposite with me. But at the same time, even if it was like that, I don't need a replacement. I already have a dad. I already been raised. I'm not trying to go through that phase again. And I guess that's just me. I ain't trying to go through that. I'm not looking for a dad in a relationship. And I really feel like, men and women need to stop promoting incest, because when that's what they're doing, and they don't know that they're doing it. Just like Monique and her husband don't know that by him allowing her to call him daddy, and by her calling him daddy, they are unknowingly promoting incest. And women and men who are doing this and doing what they're doing, are promoting incest. Just think about it. You know what I'm saying? So you got sisters out here going with brothers, and brothers going with sisters. You wouldn't be okay with that. Why would you be okay with a father going with a daughter? Why would you even play with the ideal? But just like I said, a lot of you do not know it. And I know it's a lot of you probably call your man daddy in a relationship and don't know what you're doing, but that's what you're doing. And then just think about how many daddies are undercover going with, molesting their daughters. That's another thing. So in a way, I feel like you're also promoting or playing with the idea of pedophilia also. But I guess that's just me. I just think differently. Maybe nobody has said this, but I'm saying it because I haven't heard nobody saying it. And I just saw this story on here about Monique, and I just thought about it. I'm like, she don't know. She actually don't know what she doing, and he don't know what he's allowing. Another bad part about this is she's a public figure. Like, she's a comedian, an actress, and other women are watching her, and they're gonna go around thinking that it's okay to call their man daddy and feel proud about it. And in my opinion, if you are okay with doing that, that's you. But I feel like by women doing this and men going along with this, going along with her doing this, y'all are promoting the ideal of incest. You might not know that you're doing it, but that's what you're doing. But anyway, drop a comment and let me know how y'all feel about Monique calling her husband daddy. drop a comment, hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. Peace, y'all.